Katie. I hope you're doing well, and I'm here to join you in a short yoga flow. So if possible, allow about 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll need a space about this size. Ideally a quiet space, but if you get interrupted by pets or people, that's life. Just do the best you can, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's begin seated, and try and sit up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes. And just start to notice your breath. Just slowing down for a moment and noticing how you feel right now. And then maybe opening your eyes if you'd like. Or inhale, let's take our arms up. Interlocking fingers, if it feels good, we'll reach high, opening up, feeling the stretch through our arms. And then on your next exhale, we'll let go of the arms and reach them all the way down towards the mat. Do that again. We're going to inhale, take arms up. This time on our exhale, we're going to take one arm in front, one behind you. It doesn't matter which side. Sitting up tall, we're going to gently look over the shoulder for a twist through our back. On your next exhale, relax, untwist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist the other side. Sitting up tall, look over your shoulder. On your next exhale, relax. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, back down to your sides. And from here, we're going to come to hands and knees. So you can travel there however you're comfortable, or you can just come forward, placing your hands in front of you. And of course, throughout this, do what feels best for your body. We never want to feel any pain, so we'll give some options as we go through. So the shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. We're going to warm up the back with cat and cow. So on your inhale, we're going to start to lift the tailbone, lift your heart, look forward, finding cow pose. On your next exhale, we'll start to curl that tailbone under, tuck our chin, round our back, finding cat pose. And let's continue to move with your breath for a few cycles. As you inhale, finding cow. And as you exhale, rounding to cat pose. Making sure that this feels good on your back. If you feel any areas of discomfort, you can adjust your range of motion to avoid those, because again, we want this to feel good. One more of each. Cow. And then cat. And then just gently relaxing here. And we're going to level off kind of to a flat back with shoulders over wrists, and we'll find thread the needle. We're going to take an inhale, reach our right arm up. Follow it with your gaze. Let's open up wide, stretching into your chest and shoulder. And on your next exhale, we're going to come down, bring that right arm underneath your left, thread it through, lowering your shoulder down if that feels okay. Maybe resting head to mat. Thread the needle pose, feeling this in your shoulder, maybe even stretching into your back and hips. On your next inhale, let's gently come back up, pushing through your left hand. Returning to hands and knees. On your next breath in, inhale, left arm lifts, looking up, fingers spread wide, open up. On your next exhale, thread it through, lowering down. On your next inhale, coming back up, hands and knees. And let's just walk our palms forward for a moment. For extended puppy pose, just bowing our heart down towards the mat if that feels okay, stretching deep into the chest and shoulders. If that doesn't feel comfortable, let's walk our hands back towards child's pose instead with hips to heels. And in fact, in another breath or two, let's all meet in child's pose. If it feels better, you can stack your hands underneath your forehead, take a moment. And then we'll reach our arms in front. And when you're ready, we'll lift to downward dog. We're gonna curl our toes under. Drive our tailbone up towards the ceiling, gently pressing your chest towards your thighs. Fingers are spread wide. Allow your head to relax down. Good. And we're gonna press one heel towards the mat, bend the opposite knee, and then push the other, and just move back and forth a few times here as you wake up your calf muscles. And then if it feels good, anything else, maybe take your hips side to side, stretching through your back, maybe coming onto your toes for a moment. And then let's make our way towards the top of our mat. And we're going to soften our knees. Take hands to opposite elbows. Bring our belly towards our thighs. Let our head hang down and find a ragdoll fold. And you want to allow your upper body just to sink down, to feel as heavy as possible. On your next inhale, monkey pose. We'll straighten our legs, hands to shins. You want to lift our heart, finding length through our back, pulling our shoulders back towards our hips, pulling the crown of your head forward towards the wall in front of you. On your next exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, we'll sweep arms up, interlocking fingers if it's comfortable. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, reach towards one side. Inhale, up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands come behind the back, clasping fingers if comfortable. Inhale, lift your heart, opening up. Gently release. And we'll do a sun salutation or two. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold from the hips all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, fold again. We're going to step back to plank, so the top of a push-up. You can also choose kneeling plank if that's better for you today. Lowering down from plank or kneeling plank all the way to your belly, at least for this one. Inhale, lift your heart for a baby cobra. Notice how this feels on your back. Gently release. Let's lift up, pushing back into downward dog. We'll gently step towards the top of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, sweep arms up. Palms together, exhaling, hands to heart center. We'll do that once more to make sure we're fully warmed up. Inhale, arms lift. Option to add a back bend if you'd like. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, fold again, step or jump back to plank or kneeling plank. Lowering down, making sure our hips don't sink. We can always drop the knees to support ourselves as we lower down. Inhale, taking baby cobra or up dog with thighs off the mat if that's in your practice. Exhale, return to downward dog. And we'll stay in downward dog here for a moment. If you prefer, you can drop your knees and take a quick child's pose. Just checking in. Notice how you're feeling right now. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift back up into downward dog. And we'll inhale, take our right leg up behind us if it feels okay to do so, just lengthening through your leg. And then we'll step the right foot through, as many steps as you need to build a lunge. And we want the knee over the ankle. And if you'd like, you can drop your left knee for more stability today. But if it feels okay to do so, you can also keep it lifted for more of a challenge. Feeling a stretch in your hips here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to come up into crescent lunge, engaging your core. So squeezing your abdominals, reach your arms up. This should be kind of tricky. Using a lot of core, strength, balance, and stretch here. One more breath in. On your exhale, we'll plant your back foot, your left foot, open up the arms, and find warrior two, which is a really excellent hip opener. So your right toes are facing the top of your mat or the top of your area. Shoulders are relaxed back and down. Lift up through your head. Look over your right middle finger. On your next inhale, right arm's gonna come up, reverse warrior, feeling that side stretch. And then on your exhale, we'll take our right arm down, forearm to thigh, left arm overhead or towards our ear, trying to turn open our body, looking towards the ceiling. And this is side angle pose. Breathing, one more inhale. On your exhale, left hand comes to the ground, so does the right. We're gonna lift up our left heel, returning to our lunge. And then let's drop the left knee, flatten the left foot, and we'll find a kneeling lunge this time. So we still want our knee above ankle. And if it feels okay to do so, let's lift our arms again for kneeling crescent lunge, and we're getting a deep stretch in our hip flexors. If it's too much, we can lower our arms or back off a little bit. And if you want to go deeper, you can sink forward. You can even reach back further, deepening the stretch in your hips. Finding your breath. We're going to take this to a spinal twist variation today. We'll bring the left hand to the outside of our right leg. Bring your right hand behind you, maybe grabbing your left thigh if it's available. And then just gently look over your shoulder like we did at the beginning, just for a deepening twist here. On your next exhale, release facing forward, hands coming down around the right foot, and we're going to shift our weight back a little bit to a kneeling hamstring stretch, usually referred to as half splits. So you can have as much bend to your knees as you need here, and if you're like me, your hamstrings are a little bit tight. Let's flex our foot so we can pull our toes towards our body. Lift our heart so we're not rounding through our back. And then take it to where you want to go. So you want to feel a stretch in the back of our right leg here. You can bow forward to go deeper, or you can lift up or bend your knee more to lessen the stretch a little bit. Taking a couple deep breaths. Let's gently release, coming back. Taking our hands around our foot. We'll lift back up and step to either plank or kneeling plank. And then from either of those, lower down with your body in a flat line. Inhale to either baby cobra or up dog. And then exhale back to downward dog. From here, we'll inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through again, as many steps as you need to build your lunge. Knee is over ankle. And it's okay to take a kneeling lunge if you need more stability today. Waking up our hips here. On your next inhale, we'll engage our abdominals, reach our arms up to crescent lunge. Make this feel big. It shouldn't be easy, holding it for just another breath. On your next exhale, warrior two, we'll plant our right foot, open up our arms, sinking into the left knee. Relax the shoulders back. Look over your left middle finger. Let's try and squeeze our right leg, so our back leg, squeeze it straight, kind of activating your quad muscle there. On your next inhale, reverse warrior, the left arm reaches up and over, side stretch. And then on your exhale, coming back, forearm to thigh, the right arm comes overhead or towards your ear. We want to open up the upper body here, looking towards the ceiling, a really straight back leg, so our right leg is really straight. One more breath in. And then on your next exhale, we're going to turn towards the mat, framing our foot. We'll lift up our right heel, finding our lunge again. Drop our right knee, flatten the foot, and then we'll lift our arms up, finding that kneeling crescent lunge on this side. Notice how your hip flexors feel. If you want to go deeper, you can sink forward and or reach higher or further back. And if your hips are a little bit tight today, then just lower your arms or back off, finding something that feels good for you right now. One more breath in. And then we're going to take that right hand to the outside of the left leg, left hand behind the back, maybe grabbing your right thigh if it's available. Tall through the spine, and then look over your shoulder. Nice twist for the back. On your next exhale, turn forward. Bring our hands down, and we'll move back to half splits, that kneeling hamstring stretch. Making sure again that this feels good for you. We want to lift our heart so we're not rounding through the back. Flex our foot so our toes pull towards our body, and then take it to where you want to go today. You can have as much bend to this knee as you want. You can fold from the hips as long as we keep our back as straight as possible. It's hard. It can sometimes help to take a few slow breaths. Help your muscle relax. Let's gently start to release, and we'll come forward. We're going to step back into plank once more. Plank or kneeling plank, and let's hold it for another breath or two. If we can, engaging our abdominals, push the ground away from you, just feeling your core strengthen. One more inhale. Exhale, lowering down from plank or kneeling plank all the way to your belly. And we're going to reach our arms forward today, if it feels okay. And for a little lower back strengthening, we're going to do some locust pose variation. So on your next breath in, we're going to lift up our upper body and our lower body. And then exhale, gently release. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. And just doing that a few more times on your own with your breath if it feels okay. You want to be looking down at the mat with your neck aligned with your spine. And if you feel any discomfort, you can either try just lifting the lower body or the upper body, or just pausing for a moment because you don't want to cause any pain. One more. Inhale. And then exhale, release. We'll place our hands by our shoulders, push our hips back to our heels, and find child's pose for a moment. So doing anything you need to do to feel comfortable in child's pose. You could stack your hands under your forehead or take your knees a little bit wider apart, whatever feels good to you. And then when you're ready, we're going to move seated. And again, you can find any comfortable seated position that you might like here. So if cross-legged isn't comfortable, anything goes. And then we're going to do some backward shoulder rolls. Let's hold the next one back and down. We'll take our hands to our sides. And we're going to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder, keeping your shoulder relaxed. And then gently beginning to lift your left arm, starting to reach it away from your body to stretch into your neck and into your shoulder. If you need to lift your arm higher or lower, or front or back to find the stretch, do that, but then hold it. And then let's gently release, coming back up. If you're in a seated position that can be flipped, let's do that. And then a couple more backward shoulder rolls to reset our posture, holding the next one back and down, hands to sides. And then we'll bring our left ear towards our left shoulder, or whatever we didn't do last time. And then beginning to reach out that opposite arm, finding your stretch through your neck and shoulder, holding it. Breathing. And then gently release, coming back. We'll bring our hands behind our body, interlocking fingers if that's comfortable. If not, just press your hands together. And then pushing towards the mat, we'll lift our heart, reaching up. On your next exhale, gently release, and then lying back on the mat. And let's have our knees bent. Arms to our sides. And we're going to bring our right ankle over our left knee. And then we'll wrap our hands around our left thigh. Just flex our feet as we pull in towards our body. And we're feeling the stretch in our right hip and glute. We'll gently release and switch sides. Bringing our left ankle over our right knee, wrapping hands around the right thigh, flexing our feet, pulling in towards our body. Noticing if one hip feels tighter than the other. Breathing. And then when you're ready, gently release. And then with arms to our sides, feet flat to the mat, knees bent. We're going to take a bridge pose, which can feel excellent on the back. So on your next inhale, push through your palms and feet. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lower back down. And we'll do a couple more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale. If it feels good, hold it here. Breathing normally. And then on your next exhale, gently lowering down. And we'll draw knees into the chest. And just a note here that if you have any knee discomfort, it might feel better to grab behind your knees, and it does exactly the same thing. So whatever feels best, maybe just rocking side to side a moment. Massage your spine to the ground. And then we'll release. We're going to take our arms out wide into a T position, or if you don't have enough room, into a goalpost position or to your sides. We mainly just want to make sure that we can ground our shoulders to the mat. And then we'll drop our knees towards one direction and then look the opposite way. We want to keep our shoulders grounded. So if your knees touch the ground, we might have gone just a little too far. Let's switch. We'll take our knees to the other side and we'll turn our gaze as well. Gently release. Coming back, and we'll bring our knees in once more. Maybe pull our forehead or nose up towards our knees. Inhaling. Exhale gently. Release. And if you have time, take a few moments just to be here, just to notice how it feels, just to allow your body and mind to relax. And if thoughts come, just knowing that that's normal, and just trying to notice them, let them go. So stay as long as you like. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. Namaste.